side. And to be ever so vigilant to keep those who are dealing with pain and suffering of lost loved ones or lost properties. To be in prayer for those continuously, even those who suffered loss from the hurricanes a few months back. We want to remain in constant prayer for them. Those who are in the hospitals and the rest homes, those dealing with terminal illnesses, we want to be in prayer for those as well. We want to be in prayer for those who are behind prison walls this morning. We want to be in prayer for those who are homeless, who are dealing with the elements the past few days. So there's a lot of people we can be in prayer for. Sometimes we get a little selfish and we have our little heartaches and pains and circumstances that don't compare to some folk who don't have what we have. And we ought to remember that we gotta learn how to stop complaining over the stuff we got. Because some of the stuff we got, people would wish they had what we had. So we want to be in prayer for those who are dealing in those situations that I mentioned. And let us pray right now. I feel the Spirit of God saying to pray for those who are in need, who are in lack right now in the name of Jesus. Those who are dealing with loss, whether it be of loved ones or property, as we said. But this is the time that we need to go before the Lord in prayer. Eternal God, our Father, Lord, we first and foremost come to you, Father God, just saying thank you, God. Just saying thank you, because you didn't have to get us to where we are at this very moment, God. But you saw fit, Lord, to allow us, Father God, to see another day, God. And for that, God, we say thank you, God. And we want to be ever so vigilant, Father God, to pray for those, Father God, who are dealing with the fires, Father God, in Northern and Southern California, Father God, who have lost their homes, Father God, and those who have lost loved ones, Father God, and those who they are still searching for, Father God. We pray for the strength of those families, Father God. We pray, Father God, for your compassion, Father God, to be upon them, Father God, this day, God. We pray for those, Father God, who have been dealing with the past tragedies of the hurricanes in these past few months, Father God, in North Carolina, South Carolina, Father God, along the eastern borders, Father God. We pray for them, Father God. We even pray for those, Father God, who have been suffered from gun violence, Father God, that have ravaged these United States, Father God, over the past several months, Father God. We pray for the strength of those families, Father God, for those who are dealing with the loss of loved ones, Father God, and even those, Father God, who are dealing with the pain of dealing or having the stigma of having somebody in their family that has taken the lives of so many, God. We pray, Father God, for this country, Father God. We pray for the divisions, Father God, that has come amongst us, Father God, that the people are fanning the flames, Father God, of deceit, Father God, of division. But we come against them right now in the name of Jesus, God. We pray right now, God, that your word will have its way, Father God. We pray, Father God, for those who are in the hospital this morning, Father God, who are unable, Father God, to care for themselves, Father God. We pray their strength, Father God, in the Lord, Father God. We pray for those, Father God, who are in the rest homes, Father God, where they need care, Father God, throughout the day, Father God. We pray not just for them, but those caregivers, Father God, that they will do no harm to those who need and rely on them, Father God. Touch them right now in the name of Jesus, Father God. And we pray for those, Father God, who are out in the elements, Father God. Those homeless people, Father God, who don't have any place to go, Father God. We pray for them, for their comfort right now, Father God. We pray for their protection, Father God, right now in the name of Jesus, Father God. We pray that they find shelter, Father God. We pray for those who are outside in the elements, Father God, who are dealing and suffering with mental illnesses, Father God, that they will find the help that they need, Father God. Comfort their minds right now in the name of Jesus, Father God, as only you can, Father God. And we pray for those, Father God, who are behind prison walls, Father God, who may not be in a place where they understand what freedom really is, Father God. Oh, Father God, we pray right now in the name of Jesus, Father God, that if they can just confess with their mouth, Father God, that you are the Lord of Lords, of kings, Father God, that they will be free and free indeed, Father God. We pray for for those, Father God, who have assembled here this morning, Father God. We pray their strength, Father God. We pray a special prayer upon their families right now in the name of Jesus, Father God. If their bodies are ailing, touch them right now from the crowns of their head to the soles of their feet, Father God. We pray, Father God, for those families, Father God, who are represented here, Father God. We pray their strength in the Lord right now, Father God, that you will give them what they need, Father God, this very hour, Father God, as we go forward in the word, Father God. Hide me behind thy cross, God. Give me the words that I need, Father God, to share with your people. Let me decrease, Father God, that you may increase, Father God. And we'll be ever so careful to give you all the praise and all the glory. This is our prayer in your darling Son, Jesus' name. Amen. Let's give God a hand clap of praise this morning. He is worthy to be praised. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah, Father. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Let's go quickly to Judges. It's in the Old Testament. Judges, the 11th chapter. We're going to start at verse number 1. Judges, the 11th chapter. Starting at verse number 1 this morning. Judges, the 11th chapter, starting at verse number 1 through verse number 10. Judges, the 11th chapter, starting at verse number 1, and it reads as follows. Now Jephthah, the Gileadite, was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of a harlot, and Gilead begot Jephthah. And Gilead's wife bare him sons, and his wife's sons grew up, and they thrust out Jephthah, and said unto him, Thou shalt not inherit in our father's house, for thou art the son of a strange woman. Then Jephthah fled from his brethren, and dwelt in the land of Tob. And there were gathered vain men to Jephthah, and went out with him. And it came to pass in the process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Israel. And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob. And they said unto Jephthah, Come and be our captain, that we may fight against the children of Ammon. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, Did not ye hate me and expel me out of my father's house? And why are ye come unto me now, when ye are in distress or in trouble? Verse 8, and the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, Therefore we turn again to thee now, that thou mayest go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head or our captain over all the inhabitants of Gilead. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, Bring me home again to fight against the children of Ammon, and the Lord will deliver them before me. Shall I be your head? And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, The Lord be our witness between us, if we do not do so according to thy words. And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, The Lord be witness between us, if we do not do so according to thy words. We're going to stop right there. But I want to speak real quick from the subject text. I'm going from good to better.
Yes, amen.
I'm going from good to better. Here we discover in this brief text that Jephthah was the son of Gilead, and it just so happens that he was born out of wedlock. Here We find that Gilead had a wife, but he also had a wandering eye. The Bible records that Jephthah's mother was a harlot. In other words, she was a prostitute. And that Gilead's wife bore him sons that had a problem with Jephthah. Of course they had a problem with Jephthah because he was born outside of their mother, which made him someone who they would frown upon because he was not technically their full sibling. You know how we treat folk now when mama or daddy may have creeped out and then we got a half sibling and now we blame the child for the discretions of the parent and we want to hold the child responsible for what occurred between they mama and your daddy or your daddy and they mama, but the child was not even there. The child was a result of whatever occurred. But that doesn't make it right when we make the children out to be the problem for what occurred between grown adults.
Come on.
And that becomes an issue of a whole other sermon. But here we find that even in the biblical days that there were some folk who had a problem with the child who was born out of wedlock. And this becomes a problem because now they began to treat him differently. Is there anybody who's ever been treated differently because of who may have been your mother or your father? Here we find in the text that they treated him differently, so much so that he fled to another land. But that didn't keep him from losing sight of who he was in the eyes of God. But as we look at the text, the first thing I want to remind you of is that your past can be held against you. Here we discover that while Jephthah was born out of wedlock to a harlot, and his father was Gilead and had a town and a people that were named after him because he was such a man of valor, but his brethren did not want him to share in the inheritance of the land or of his father. But it didn't mean that God was going to stop keeping watch over him because of the discretions of his father. One thing we have to understand is we don't let the sins of your father hold you captive to its pain. In other words, we got to learn how to let go of some of the stuff that because mama did this and because daddy did that it makes us responsible or makes us part of the problem of why they did this and why they did that. No, the devil is a lie. You can't carry the weight of the pain and the sin of your parents and believe because they did this that now it becomes your scarlet letter. It becomes something that you have to carry. It becomes your weight. No, that is not what God designed for you. And you have to learn how not to let your past bind up your future because you're holding on to the pain of your past because of what daddy may have done or because what mama may have done. That is not your cross to bear. But God has positioned you to come out of that and to come out of it better than you were when you went in it. We have to learn how to let go of some of that old stuff, some of those generational curses. The devil is a lie. There is no generational curse. You got to learn how to walk in the skin that God gave you and stop trying to carry the stuff that your family did as a reason why you act the way you act. No, you got to learn how to let some of that stuff go. I'm so tired of people putting their stuff on their children and their grandchildren. This is how we always are. The devil is a lie. God has created us individually to be purposeful in the skin that we walk in so that we can bring things into sight with the kingdom so that we can walk according to the purpose that God has created for us.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
Stop living in the past and stop living based on what family ties tells us and based on what daddy may have done. How many young men have we scarred and created to be womanizers because of what their daddies did to their mamas? And we treated them and raised them to be exactly what their daddies were by always telling them, you look just like your daddy, you act just like your daddy, you ain't gonna be nothing just like your daddy. So when they grow up and be exactly that, then you want to cry at the church and wonder why they not in church with you and out on the streets. Is maybe because you marked them with your mouth when they were growing up. You need to stop trying to put the past on the current situation so that God can deal with those people and our children and bring them out of the darkness into his marvelous light.
Yes, hallelujah.
How can you go from being good to better if you don't ever see good in the place that you're in?
Amen. That's right. Say it. Say it.
Your past cannot be held against you. It's problematic when you let your past mark you to a point where you can't get beyond it. It's problematic when you can't allow your past to be your past and stop letting it be your current. It's problematic when you allow your past to be your future. It becomes a problem because now you are bound by something that you didn't create. But you got to learn how to trust God and let him sever those ties and let him loose you from those shackles that you created for yourself, because that's not what God created or destined for you.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
Not only must we not let our past be held against us,
Yes.
but we must walk in the authority given unto us.
Amen.
Notice in the text, after his brothers ran him out of the land in which he was born and have told him that you will not be a partaker in the inheritance in Gilead. You won't have nothing to do with it. He flees to a land. He flees to a land called Tob. He flees to that land and he finds people who are like-minded, vain men or men who are considered to be worthless, and they gather around Jephthah because they see something in him that they've seen in themselves. But because they are in this land, they discover that they have garnered and gained some authority. Because listen, the land in which he flees to is called Tob, and in the Hebrew it literally means good. In other words, you mean to tell me that he got out of a place that his inheritance was designed directly for him, and that his brothers didn't want him to partake in it, and he flees to a land called Tob, but he flees to a land that's good. You got to understand that sometimes the place where God has you is not bad, but it's good. Because what the enemy meant for evil, God meant for good. You got to stop putting tears on the stuff that you're going through and complaining about the place you're in, and understand that when God allows you to get to the place, there's still going to be some good that comes out of it, because God will never put you in a bad place with an expectation that no good will come out of it, but God will lead you to a good place because he's preparing you for something that's better.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Lord.
The good place is where God molds you for your next level.
Amen. Amen.
Jephthah didn't know that God was sending him to this place that he thought going in would be bad. You know how we need to learn how to stop putting things in the categories that we don't understand, because God didn't tell us where he was sending us. But we have to know that if God orchestrates anything, that God is going to make some good come out of the place that we are in. Because you got a setback, because you may have been laid off, because you may have been fired, because you may have some kind of sickness or illness, because your family may have been broken by divorce, because you may not be able to find happiness, does not mean you cannot find good in the place that you're in now. You got to learn that where God allows you to go, where God sends you, that God is going to orchestrate some good to come out of the place that you thought was bad.
Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah.
God is trying to get us to understand that our authority is in the fact that our faith is holding true to the understanding that there is no bad place as long as you're in a good place with God. You gotta learn how to stay in a good place with God, and then your bad place won't be bad because you know that God is with you, and God ain't gonna let you stay in a bad place long because he can do nothing but good in your life when you allow him to do what he's supposed to do. It only becomes bad when we try to orchestrate it for ourselves. It only becomes bad when we try to manipulate things for ourselves. But when you let God be God and what you perceive to be your bad situation, God is going to turn it out to be good. You got to learn how to give up control and let God be God. You cannot get good and then expect good to come out of stuff if you always thinking it to be bad.
That's right. Say it.
Amen.
I'm going from good to better.
Yes.
Jephthah encounters those who seek him out. The Bible says that those who were in Gilead were about to be overtaken by the children of Ammon, that they had been marked for war, that they were going to war against them because they felt as though that Israel was in their land, that their land that Israel was currently occupying did not belong to them because it belonged to the children of Ammon's ancestors, and they were coming at this time to war against Israel because they felt that the place where Israel was at belonged to them. And because those people, because they were not in a right place in their mindset, they sought out Gilead's heir because they knew and they heard that he had surrounded himself with some men who were not afraid to go to battle. They were not afraid to go to war. They heard that Jephthah had not fallen by the wayside. You know, when the rumors of your demise have been grossly exaggerated and he thought what they had put you in would be the end of you, but they found out that you survived. They found out that God had been working on your behalf. They found out that God was orchestrating and bringing you up to a higher level, and now they wanted to connect back to you. You know how some folk have seen that you have risen from the ashes. They see you as being a phoenix. They see you as coming up and not being the person who they destined you to be. You know, they've already lied on you. They've already talked about you. They've already ran your name in the mud, but they forgot there was another name that God had marked you with, that no matter what the enemy tried to say against you, that God was going to bring that name down to be lower and his name to be higher, because God marked you with the blood of the Lamb, and you were rising up not because of what you did, but because of what God had destined to come to you. And what God was doing was that he was making Jephthah to be a hero in a position that they didn't want him to be in, but they had no other recourse but to seek him out.
Yes.
Isn't that how God works it out? He sends you to a place of good just to get you ready for your better. And you got to learn how to understand that your good is just preparing you for your next breakthrough, for your next blessing, for your next overcoming, that God is trying to bring you out into a place where he can elevate you so that now people can see that God is yet still in the business of bringing people back that you thought you had put under. They get to this point and they seek out Jephthah, who has been cast by the wayside, who has been thrown to the woods, who had been wolves, and has been ran out of a land that he had an inheritance to because of his father. It didn't matter who his father slept with. That's between his father and the woman, but they had a connection, an inheritance that he was entitled to based on the father. And they had run him off of that, but now they're at his doorstep, knocking and asking him to come help them. You know how folk who have talked about you, lied on you, will come knocking on your door as soon as trouble comes knocking on their door. And they want you to help them through by praying for them. They want you to help them through by holding their hands as they go through this trial and tribulation. But don't get all hectic with them. Don't get an attitude with them. Don't slam the door in their face. But see what God is trying to do. Jephthah could have turned around and walked away, but what he said to them is, if I go with you, will I really be your head? Will I really be your captain? Will I really be the man who you're going to follow? And they had no other recourse but to say yes. Which brings me to the last point, is not only will your past, you can't let your past hold you, be held against you, and not only must you walk in the authority that is given unto you, but lastly, you must understand the power of recovery. You have to understand that when God puts you in a good situation, you won't be in a good situation long, because God is preparing you for something better. You got to understand that good situation is like a waiting period. It's like a holding tank for your greatness that's about to come. And what God just needs you to do is just to be patient while he's working out on your better. And you have to be ready to recover what God has for you, because the next test is not you going back, it's you going up. And even though he had to go back to the place, he wasn't going back in the sense, he was going up because God was elevating him from the place where he was at, because God had prepared him in the good place to be better in the next place.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Jephthah knew at this moment that God was orchestrating something great. Because the elders of Gilead had come seeking him out. After severing ties with him, after throwing him away, they discovered that he was what they needed all along.
Yeah.
And that the destiny that God had orchestrated was before them.
Yes.
It didn't matter that his mama was a harlot. It didn't matter that he was cast out by the people. What mattered is that what God had destined for him to have was about to come to pass.
Yes.
The one thing you have to understand this morning, if you don't get nothing else, is that whenever you want good to become better, you're going to have to go through some hard times.
That's right. Say it. That's right.
You're going to have to go through some difficult situations.
Amen.
You're going to have to almost lose your mind. But don't lose it.
That's right.
Because God got you.
Yeah.
Don't be deceived by your eyes or your ears.
That's right.
Let the folk talk.
That's right. Say it. Say it.
Let them lie on you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let them try to put you down as low as they can.
Yes.
But see, they can't wipe off the mark that God has on your life.
Yes.
They can't blot out what God is about to do
That's right.
in you and with you.
Yes.
Because once God has destined for you, if you trust and believe in him, it shall come to pass.
Amen.
I'm going from good to better because I believe where I'm at now, that God is training me for my next breakthrough. Stop looking at all the trials and tribulations as things that hold you back, and look at them as what they are, training for you to understand that the only way you can get to your next step is to train the way that God needs you to train.
Yeah.
Go through the stuff that God needs you to go through. Because you're going to come out
Yeah.
better.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
Better. Your good place is good as long as God is there with you.
Say it.
Amen.
But as soon as you take God out of the equation,
Yes. That's right.
I've seen it too many times. I've seen once God is out of the equation, those good places that God meant for you to go so that you can get your mind right, so that you can start to refocus, so that He can sustain you and prepare you for your next level. Because you didn't put Him first, you put something else first, because you thought that where you were at was just good enough for you to do your own thing. God said, go ahead and do your own thing, because now the good place is not a good place, it's a bad place. And now you're wondering why you're in that place. It's because you took God out of the equation and you left with the very thing that you wanted, the control that you needed. Now you're going to have to figure out, you're going to have to go through that mess. You're going to have to live through that pain. You're going to have to go through that heartache. And now what you're going to have to do is ask God to send you a lifeline to pull you out of a place that was meant to prepare you and not destroy you or distract you. But you let yourself and you let your pride get the best of you.
Thank you, Lord.
Don't blame God. Don't blame mama. Don't blame daddy. You need to look in the mirror and blame yourself, because God didn't take you back. He moved you forward. The choice you made was your choice. Did you choose God? Did you choose right? Or did you choose selfishly? Did you choose pridefully? Did you choose jealousy? Did you choose envy? What did you choose? I don't care what your family, your friends did to you. You think they ran you out, but no, God let you go. And where He let you go was to a place where He can prepare you for your next level. But you took it the wrong way. You got your feelings all involved, and now you started feeling some type of way, and now you want to blame them. And God said, no, don't blame them. I did it.
Yeah.
Because I had something better for you. But you can't get to better by being bad. You gotta get to better by being good.
Yes.
God is trying to do something. There's some folks who are not here. And they will not get out of it until they surrender the control. They keep being the same way because you keep doing the same things. You keep taking God out of the equation. See, I'm trying to put you in a good place. I'm trying to set you on good ground. I'm trying to establish you a firm foundation. But each time you move from the good place to the bad place because you take me out of the equation. But keep me in it. Because I'm the one that's keeping you.
Yeah.
See, it's bad when you get to a good place that God set for you, then you make it bad, and then you go back to the place where He took you from. That don't make sense. Because now you back two places from where God put you.
Yeah.
And now He's trying to let you know the only way you can get back is to let me in.
My God.
You can't fix it yourself.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to declare that I'm going from good to better because I know what God is going to do.
Yeah.
I don't need to have control. I've already seen things that I've had control of, and I've seen how they turned out. Ain't no need for me to go through what I went through before.
Yes.
But I know the outcome. Because I'm not perfect. But I serve a perfect God.
Yes.
Which is why I need to have my life in His hands.
Yes.
So that when stuff that I get myself in, that he can bring me out.